Good day. This is the Chamber Perk. I'm Janelle Capra. Today I'm joined by Dr. Justin Hebert, New Frontier Consulting.
Hi there. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. You
Good.
know, I'm hearing a lot about your 4M process.
Yes.
Mindset, management, marketing, and money.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. For us, the whole belief is creating good problems for businesses. And so as businesses grow and scale, they should continue to evolve their systems and processes to really increase the problems that they have. If you come to us for marketing, then you're going to need some HR help. That's our management system. And then you might, as a leader, need to develop some more. And so you come to us for the mindset shift. And so as we help your business grow and create good problems, you as a leader ultimately get to grow as well.
Do you have an example of that?
Yeah, so one of those things that we love to see is when the marketing takes effect and you have to cross that threshold of a brand new business to that 5-employee model. Now you need some HR training and some state compliance on some of those things. And so we work especially a lot in like home businesses or home service businesses who come in and say, we started with just a couple of routes and we've grown. How do we manage the employees and get the owner out of the business instead of the in the route person as the on the business person?
I love that. You know, you often say the customer isn't always right, but they're still your customer.
Yes.
Tell me more about that expression for
Yeah,
you.
well, you know, sometimes we want to say, well, the customer's always right. And sometimes they just don't have all of the facts or they're misguided. They don't have the perspective that the business does. And so we might have to correct the customer. We might have to educate the customer, but that doesn't mean we ever lower the customer service standards. And so for us, it's really about maintaining the integrity, both of the business, the expectations, and the culture that we have internally, and then still delivering that external excellence and service that the customer still raves about us, even if we have to have further conversations with them.
I love that. You know, I feel like you put a lot of that mindset into action. You're a chamber champion
Yes.
and attend ribbon cuttings. You have an idea on how businesses should show up for each other.
Yeah.
Can you expand a little bit on what that means to you?
Yeah, I mean, one of those things that we just believe is that small businesses are such the heartbeat of America, and we can collaborate in ways that drive every business farther. Right? I think in the vast majority of the scope of business that really competition is largely gone, and now we're talking collaboration. And so we love partnering with the Chamber and other local businesses. We love the box program, the Welcome to the Neighborhood program that we're rolling out, because it shows that united together we can accomplish a lot.
Yeah. I love the PR angle to that for sure. So stay tuned, more coming on that. But tell me about, you know, traveling the country, speaking at different locations and different audiences. You know, what is it about realizing the success in a business, and what have you learned in that story?
Yeah, you know, one of those things that it's great to hear frequently is that all business owners struggle with the same problems. And when you're starting your business, you think, oh gosh, I'm so alone, right? But everybody struggles with the same sort of, how do we find customers? How do we keep them happy? How do we get good staff? How do we build community in ways that really transform why we got into business in the first place? And so one of those things that we just love to come alongside and say is, hey, first of all, you're not crazy. And second of all, you're not alone. Right? And so by building community with people, we can come alongside them and say, here's other people going through similar problems, and give them the resources and support they need to succeed.
So kind of the idea of best practices and, you know, unity in community.
Absolutely. And that you are walking that journey with other people who are after the same sorts of things that you are.
I love that. So I see a prop to the side here. Are you going to tell me a little bit about what this is?
Absolutely. So I have a good friend who is a doctor, and he talks about the importance of small details. And so this is, these are blue light blocker glasses, right? And so as we face all of this technology, one of those things that I do when I have to stare at a computer a lot is I get headaches from staring at all of the computer screens and everything. And so this is my little reminder that, well, maybe, but it reminds me that details matter, right? And so the way that I look after my health and my fitness, the way that I eat and my sleep, and the way that I even protect my eyes, I can only be as good for my clients and those we're trying to serve as if I take care of the small little details. And so it's important for me not just to get the big things right, but to get the small things right.
So for those who want to connect with you, what's the best way to do so?
Absolutely. You can call me, you can text me, you can come to any chamber event. I'm there.
You are there.
Yeah, but if you want to visit newfrontierconsult.com, reach out to me. My booking link is there. I'd love to schedule a coffee.
Okay, and as we wrap up, we'll continue a conversation. I want to know more about those shades, but this has been Chamber Perk with New Frontier Consulting.